cuties, and welcome back to another video, or welcome if you're new. I'm Cora, and today I'm going to show you all of the toddler hairstyles I currently have in my game. It's 226, so you know we're gonna be here for a little while. As always, I added numbers to this video so you can easier find what you're looking for on the CC list, which you can find a link to in the description down below. Also, I'm not gonna upload these as a zip file to respect creators' TOUs, and without further ado, let's just get into this video, shall we? As always, grab a snack, grab a drink, lean back, relax, let's just talk about life. I'm just excited to get into this. There's some really cute hairstyles, and if you didn't know, I upload CC related videos on my YouTube channel every week, so if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed today's video. And yeah, I'm just excited to get into this video. I feel like it's been a while since my last just like talky video. I know it's been last week, but it feels longer for me, okay? Don't front me, don't come for me. I just like to talk to you guys. I actually have just watched the trailer for the new gameplay pack. If you have missed it for some reason, it's gonna be like a wedding themed gameplay pack. Yeah, that's what they're called, Cora. I feel like a lot of people are really excited, which is great. I'm happy to hear that. For myself, I don't know. I feel like it could be a good pack, definitely. I just don't personally have my Sims marry that much. I know, I'm just gonna out myself as one of those people. I don't know why. It's just a big hustle and they never sit down, so I hope they fix that issue. I haven't actually looked it up yet if they have like talked about it anywhere or whatever, but usually for the Sims weddings you just invite a bunch of people and they just stand around peeing their pants on doing some other stupid stuff that you don't really want on your Sims wedding, so I just scrapped the whole wedding thing. Also, my parents weren't married, and for me in my world, marriage is not a big thing as it is for other people. I do enjoy that in the trailer. Like, if you haven't watched the trailer, it's really funny actually, because it's this like couple that's supposed to get married, but then she ditches him for like her best friend, I think, and then they get married, and it's just great to see like some same-sex marriage in The Sims 4. Like officially, they've shown them like same-sex couples as well, but you know, it's just a nice statement from EA and The Sims to make. Of course, we've had like some trolls and some people who think they live like 100 years ago where they have complained about it, but I hope you guys just, you know, are able to ignore that and focus on the good. And it's a really cute trailer, so if you haven't already, you should go watch it. It's just really like adorable and funny and yeah, just wholesome. But like I said, I don't really have my Sims ever get married, and if I do, I'm definitely guilty of doing like the small wedding where it's just the two Sims and no one else, because I feel like every event in the Sim just takes so long. I recently have started playing a little bit off camera again, and I have just noticed that even though I have like a way faster PC now and everything should work out fine, of course I have like a little bit of CC, but I think that all of the events, even going out for food, just takes so long. Like, I literally went to a coffee shop on a date with my Sim, and it took them 5 hours to get served at this coffee bar, and I just got so frustrated at the end of it that I just left. Well, I left after 5 hours. She actually never got her coffee, and I don't know why. There were just a few people in front of her, and it just kept bugging out, and it was just a whole big mess. And I know that dine out for a lot of people is like that, for me as well. I can't play dine out as much as I love the idea of the pack, and I would like to have my own restaurant, well, with every Sim, because I would be really interested in gameplay like that where you own your own business, but it's just way too buggy, and I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy weddings for that reason, because well, at least weddings in real life usually take a whole day as well, so it would make sense for them to take longer. But in The Sims, they would probably take 3 days, you know, because you can never get anything done in the time you think you could, because the game just likes to be buggy for these kind of things. So it just puts me off a tiny bit. And I actually haven't looked at any of they're not called patch notes, like gameplay features. I haven't looked at any of those to see what's actually in the pack, but for me it's just not that exciting or necessary, because weddings were already a thing. You could already get married in certain like, you could get married anywhere really, but you know, you could pick a location, you could invite guests, you had a cake. I don't really know what's different apart from, obviously I saw like a few dresses and jumpsuits and suits and cakes and different foods for the trailer, but I don't really understand how much more gameplay it's gonna add. I know I hate to be the negative Nancy here, okay, but the Sims 4 packs have just, for me personally, been one letdown after the other. I haven't actually seen any of the build and buy objects. Like, I haven't had a really in-depth closer look at the trailer and checked out everything that I saw was new from the trailer. So, you know, there might be a little bit of a surprise and it might be very great. And I know a lot of people are excited for it, so I'm just happy for those people. But for me personally, I don't really understand the hype. There would have been like a lot of different things that I would have been more excited for. Just like, honestly, just a pack full of new traits and aspirations and like interactions with other Sims and like things to do for me would do it. Careers, stuff like that, just like things you would use with your Sim every day rather than just once in a Sim's life. Well, maybe multiple times. Some people get married multiple times, you know. But, you know, usually once in a Sim's life you would have a big wedding, and for that reason, it's also weird to play with the pack, I feel like, because usually when a new pack comes out, I start a new save file and I like get all excited and try out all of the new things, the new worlds. Actually, it looked like the gameplay pack did come with a new world that looks a little bit like Venice, because it had like this little river going through it with some really cute boats and some old buildings. So if it did have a new town, like I said, I haven't really looked into it that much, but if it does, then that would be amazing, because new worlds are always really exciting and I'm just here for it. And new build and buy objects also I love as well. But for those reasons, like just new create a sim and build and buy objects, I wouldn't necessarily recommend people to buy a pack, just because there's so much great CC out there that fits the game perfectly and you don't really need to spend money to get new cast items and stuff like that. Like, there's a bunch of cute wedding dresses out there that you can just download for free, so for that aspect, I wouldn't recommend buying it. We obviously have to see what it's like when it comes out, and it's just like early trailer release. I think it's going to come out on the 17th. I think it's usually a Tuesday. Let me see, what week? Okay, it's a Thursday now. I don't know if it's usually Tuesday, maybe I made that up, but I'm just excited that it's not a kit, to be honest, because they have been doing nothing but releasing kits lately, and I'm just, yeah, I haven't bought a single one of the kits. First of all, most of them didn't seem very interesting to me. For me, it's also a bit weird to add cultural things with a pack that you have to pay for, because if they want to include more things and make the game more versatile, I would expect that stuff to be free, so no one has to like pay for their culture to be in a game that is supposed to recreate life, if that makes sense. I would just expect that to be for free for those people who would want to use different cultural items, and there's also like a lot of great CC that does that. And for the second part, I don't really want to support kits because I think they're too pricey. I think that it might obviously just be because the people that I interact with on Twitter and whatever, people that I see post have like a similar opinion to me, but most people that I see posting under the Sims trailer releases and announcements shout for like more gameplay aspects and for them to fix known issues that have been around, like the lagging issues and, you know, people not sitting down for weddings or like dine out stuff taking so long, just like more versatile characters, more traits, stuff like that. I've seen a bunch of times under announcements and stuff that The Sims has posted on Twitter, so it's definitely not just me. And I don't want to support them not listening to what people who actually play the game want. And if everyone keeps buying the kits, then they won't see that. Like, they will just ignore the Twitter comments because and at the end of the day, it's a business. And if they make money with something, that is less work, because obviously a kit would be less work than a gameplay pack or an expansion pack. Then why the heck would they stop? You know, if people keep buying the kits, then they won't stop doing that and focus on things that people actually want, because on the business side of things, it's going great. And because I don't want to support that, I just didn't buy them with the gameplay packs. Oh, that's like the reason why I didn't buy the Batu Journey to Batu, was that the thing? Yeah, I didn't buy that pack either because I was like, this is just ridiculous. Why is this a pack, you know? Maybe if it was like end days of The Sims 4, it would have made sense to release it, but it was just a weird one for me. I don't think there's much overlap between people who are really into Star Wars and people who play The Sims 4, so it was also a bit weird. Also, the Moschino pack, I did buy that because I like the objects, but it's also a brand that I don't think most Sims players have ever heard of or interested in buying things from them, because it's like a designer brand where things are ridiculously expensive, and I don't think most people who play The Sims are like old enough or in the have the ability to buy stuff like that. And honestly, me myself with designer clothes, I just don't get it. Even if I was stupid rich, I don't think I would ever get anything designer because it's just not worth the price. It's just because it has a brand on it. And at least I hope that if I would ever be that rich, I would still be the same person as I am now and just understand that it's weird. Now, I would actually rather like to focus on buying things from like conscious brands and stuff like that rather than supporting like a designer brand that for me has no business being this expensive, because most of them actually don't even have good circumstances. Hold on. The people that work for them, so the people that make the clothes, usually gets paid the same and have to work in the same dangerous like factories as the people who do cheaper brands. So for me, that is like unacceptable. If you pay a lot for something, I would hope that the people who actually made it get paid a decent amount of money and that they would be able to make a nice living for themselves and stuff like that, you know. I've gotten very deep. I didn't expect to get this deep, to be honest. Yeah, very critical today. Wow, who is she? I think sometimes I just spiral down into these like very deep topics and I can't stop myself, but hopefully you're interested in that sort of stuff too. I would think you are, because I have talked about stuff like that a lot on my channel, and I don't ever expect myself to get this rich because I don't think I'm the person for it. Because I believe that most people who get really rich, well, either they had like a really good idea and they're just very good with money, but I think a lot of people do it on other people's expense, and I wouldn't want to be that person. So I feel like I would also try to donate a lot of money and like help different like causes, and I would just hope I would be that person if I ever get rich. And I feel like those people never get rich because I would also know that if I ever came to like get a lot of money, I would also share it with the people that I love most, you know. I would like them to have nice houses to live in, and like, I don't know, that they would just feel comfortable with the money they have and they don't have to stress about money anymore. And I think usually you don't get rich with that mentality, because I would just give all my money away. But money is a weird one to me. Like, I definitely am kind of against it, but then at the same point, or at the same time, I'm still living in the same under the same circumstances that everyone else is with capitalism, and I obviously want things as well because I'm no saint, you know. I also want things that other people want because advertisements have like the same amount of impact on me as everyone else. So, you know, it always like suggests this life for us where we have a lot of things to consume, and it's just hard to free yourself from it, and I don't think I ever will or fully will, but I would hope to at least, you know, not be too bad to the environment. I do try my best, and I don't think any of us are perfect, and I think it's really weird that it's come to this point where a lot of the like environmental stuff is like put down onto just single people, like households, you know, you are responsible for everything, whilst I think we should rather make like companies responsible to be more sustainable and make their products so that you can use them for a while, because I don't know, this would get way too deep and we only have 30 seconds left, so I'm not gonna start on this. But yeah, we went in a little deeper than usual. If you're still listening, definitely let me know what you think about it. I'd be excited to get into a little bit of a discussion in the comments if you're into that sort of stuff. And I hope you enjoyed today's videos and you liked all of the cute little hairstyles, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time. Bye!